Hi everyone, this is Sugantha Priya, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science with Full Stack Web Development. This presentation is about the topic User-Centered Design in the subject Essence of Web Technology. What is user-centered design? So user-centered design is a collection of different processes that focuses on putting several users at the center of the product design and development. User-centered design is an iterative design process in which the designer focuses on the users and their needs in each phase of the design process. And also the design team involves users throughout the design process in a variety of research and design techniques to create a high usable and accessible products for them. Say for example, when a product team develops digital products, it takes into account the user's requirement, objective and their feedback. Satisfying users' needs and wants becomes a priority, and every design decision is evaluated in the context of whether it delivers value to the users. So using this approach, just like research, concept, design, development and test, which is used in the user-centered design. So next we will discuss about the essential elements of the user-centered design. So the different four essential elements are visibility, accessibility, legibility and language. So what do you mean by visibility means? So every user should be able to see from the beginning what they can do with the product, what is it about and how they can use it. Next is the accessibility. Every user should be able to find information very easily and quickly. So it should be offered various ways to find information, for example, call action button, search option menu, etc. Next is the legibility. The text should be easy to read, as simple as that. Next is the language. Short sentences are preferred, so the easier the phrase, the words, the better. Next is the principles of user-centered design. So user-centered design is based on several core principles that is going to ensure the end product meets the needs and expectation of every user. So the key principles are focus on user and their needs, iterative design process, design for whole user experience, involvement of users throughout the design process, use of research and data-driven decisions, accessible and inclusive design. So what do you mean by focus on user and their needs is that is the design decisions should be driven by a deep understanding of the user needs, behavior and motivation. Next is the iterative design process. Using this process of prototyping, testing and refining the product. Each iteration helps in identifying usability issues and making necessary improvements based on the feedback of the user. Next is a design for whole user experience. So using a design for whole user experience, the entire user experience, how the user interacts with the product in various contexts and environment. Next is the involvement of users throughout the design process. Every user should be involved from the early stage of the design process, and their feedback should be continuously collected. So this will ensure that the design stays aligned with their needs and the expectation. Next is the use of research and data-driven decisions. Design decision should be backed by data collected from the user research and testing. So this minimizes assumption and ensures that the design is grounded with the real user needs and behaviors. Next is the accessible and inclusive design. So using this, the making design products accessible to all type of users, including those with disabilities. So this involves adhering to accessibility standards and guidelines. Next is the user-centered design process. So first is the user research and understanding the user. In this phase is all about getting to know the user deeply to understand their needs, behavior and goals. So several understanding of the users can be done by making interviews, surveys and observation. So next is ideation and concept development. So you are going to generate a wide range of ideas and concepts for the product based on the insights gained from the user research. So we can go for ideate activities like brainstorming techniques. Next, third is creating wireframes and mockups to visualize and plan the structure and layout of the product before the development begins. So you can go for wireframes and mockups. Fourth is a prototyping and testing. So you are going to create a model for the particular product to test and validate the design concept with the user. So in the prototyping and testing, you can go for building prototype and we can conduct usability testing. Next, fifth is the implementation and deployment. You are going to build and launch the final product, that is integrating every user feedback and ensuring it meets the user needs. So for implementing and deployment, we can go for integrating feedback, finalizing the design and the deployment. Next, six is a post-launch evaluation. So continuously you are going to gather feedback and improve a particular product after it has been launched. We can conduct user feedback gathering and continuous improvement. Next, we will discuss about best practices for effective user design. So, in order to make the effective user-centered design, so we can engage stakeholders very early and oftenly. We can conduct a survey through user research. We can develop a detailed user personas. Next, focus on ideation and concept development. We can create and test prototype iteratively and periodically. We can prioritize accessibility and inclusivity. Thank you.